Pokemon Emerald.
Okay, so first off, we have a reproduction box with a watermark on it. Doesn't particularly matter, but I find it hilarious anyway. Apparently finding the actual box for Emerald is too hard.
That about 99.4% of the Pokemon fanbase don't know about.
Obviously, that 99.4% figure is pulled out of, well, somewhere for clickbait purposes, but it's a figure worth keeping in mind anyway, as a lot of this is stuff that's just in the post-game and not particularly unknown.
Birth Island is a location near 6 and 7 islands in the Sevi Islands, accessible in Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green and of course Pokemon Emerald. The mythical Pokemon Deoxys dwells on this island.
This dude is legit just reading the Bulbapedia article word for word. Is this grounds for plagiarism?
You have to do the following, which is the things shown here on the screen.
In case you weren't convinced, here's the actual Bulbapedia article in the video itself.
Rooftop sales in Lily Cove Department Store is a great place for one-stop shopping in Hoenn.
For secret base decorations and nothing else.
Time of these sales by actually watching the Pokemon news section, which I think is in the PokeNav.
This screenshot has nothing to do with the rooftop sale being unavailable. This NPC appears when Kyogre and Groudon are loose in Sootopolis and the weather's going to hell. Also, it's at this point that he says you're alerted to the rooftop sales through the PokeNav, when it's actually through the TV. Conveniently, the Bulbapedia article does not list that it's on the TV, although it does say station, which heavily implies TV, especially since the PokeNav doesn't have radio or anything.
En route 113 to the right of Falabor Town is a house in which a man will make you items if you bring him Ash.
This guy is literally in a house that you cannot possibly miss. How do 99.4% of players not know about this?
You are able to get Chikorita, Cyndaquil, or Totodile when you complete the Pokedex of catching 200 Pokemon of Hoenn.
I just want to note that he mentions you need to catch 200 Pokemon to complete the Hoenn Pokedex here. This is 100% correct, shockingly, but we'll be coming back to this later.
In Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, as well as Pokemon Emerald, the developers introduced Phoebus, a derpy looking little fish Pokemon, and out of these all 100 ones, only 6 specific ones would be locations where this elusive Pokemon could be caught. To make this even harder, these 6 squares actually get randomized and picked at random for each individual playthrough, so yeah, basically determined by your ID. To find Phoebus, the player then needs to search the river that runs through Route 119, and then use the best fishing rod to basically fish each square.
So he says that the player needs to use the best rod to hook Phoebus, i.e. the super rod, when any fishing rod does the job. A shocking deviation from the word-for-word reading of Bulbapedia articles, which says you can use any rod, which is correct. In addition, the tiles are re-randomized when the do for a trendy phrase is changed, and just for the record, no, a specific phrase does not have specific tiles. And you can mix records with a friend to get the same tiles your friend has, making it easier to find the elusive fish. All potentially lesser known info that's left out. Whoever edited this video did a sloppy job because both share features with the RE makes is not a grammatically correct sentence, or grammatically correct anything for that matter.
So back when Emerald was just releasing, there were various retailers that had a special tin with a Frontier Pass as a pre-order bonus with Pokemon Emerald.
This dude is talking about a pre-order bonus, then decides to talk about an easy-to-obtain, well-known, for lack of a better term, item for 50 seconds. 50. Then goes back to the pre-order bonus as if any of his long-winded explanation has anything to do with the pre-order bonus other than them sharing the same name. The pre-order bonus is just a carrying case.
After you defeat the Elite Four, go to the upgraded Safari Zone in, well, Safari Zone.
We're talking about 2 specific sections of the Safari Zone only accessible in the post-game, and then show footage of the parts of the Safari Zone accessible in the main game. Okay, so for some reason, this footage shows the same spot for the Marine Cave twice, despite implying they're different?
As Celebi was only distributed through events, there was never a legitimate way to obtain a shiny Celebi.
Hey, did you know that some Pokemon can't legitimately be obtained as a shiny? Literally every game has this, it's nothing special.
Now, if you do get yourself the Eon ticket, which honestly you can't because it was an event thing from Nintendo events.
After padding out the video by explaining literally one of the first things to happen after beating the game, he claims you cannot get the Eon ticket nowadays, which you can print out a copy of it and then scan it in your own e-reader through some special wizardry. or mix records with a copy of Ruby or Sapphire that has the ticket and hasn't mixed records to pass on the ticket more than 3 times. Very weird restriction.
This makes Mirage Island's appearance even rarer than encountering a shiny Pokemon, although the probability increases with the number of Pokemon the player has. The odds of a single Pokemon activating Mirage Island is 1 in 65,536. This chance is increased to approximately 1 in 10,923 if the player has a full party.
He initially says Mirage Island is rarer than a shiny Pokemon, then immediately backpedals and says you can increase the odds by having a full party of Pokemon and swapping out your party with different Pokemon in the PC to get different personality values, therefore potentially making it much more common than a shiny. You can thank reading the Bulbapedia article verbatim for that one.
Go to Route 110, go to Trickmaster's house, and complete every challenge he has there. This requires you to basically have Cut and Strength HMs.
The tent requires you to have beaten the Elite Four first, and you also need Rock Smash to get through one of the puzzles in addition to Cut and Strength. First off, this Emerald cartridge looks absolutely horrible, but more importantly, the dude who loves copying and pasting other people's work into his video managed to not copy and paste some text because generator is misspelled.
What is Faraway Island? Well, I have a whole long video that breaks down what it is and how you get there.
Okay, first off, we have this thumbnail trend that I absolutely hate, where the thumbnail shows something that's obviously impossible in the game, in this case a level 999 Pokemon, and the name has more than 5 Japanese characters, which is normally the limit for Japanese Pokemon games. Okay, so real quick, I'm just about to render this video, but that Mew's name was bothering me, so I decided to see if I could figure out what it means in Japanese, if anything. The last 3 characters are just Mew's Japanese name, simple enough. The first 3 characters, on the other hand, included a kanji, something that I'm pretty sure is not used in Japanese Pokemon names. I found jisho.org, figured out what the kanji was, put in the other characters at the start of the name, and it translates to buttocks. When you throw all the characters into Google Translate, I know, not the most reliable translation, but I don't have many other options, it returns, "The butt is Mew." Googling those first 2 characters gives me some slightly NSFW imagery. Nothing explicit, but still probably inappropriate enough for YouTube to yell at me if I included it. While the whole name does not translate to Mew's butt, it makes me wonder if maybe this was a failed attempt at making that Mew's name in this thumbnail. But regardless, I have to ask, what was the point of this exercise? I truly don't understand not only making Mew's name and level something it can't possibly be, but also that name choice in general. Was it supposed to be an attempt at, like, a haha funny lewd name? Was it just some random Japanese characters that happened to translate to something? Kind of? At any rate, now that my curiosity is satisfied, back to the video.
And the issue is, though, that the old C-map needed to be received through this actual real-life event, which doesn't really happen anymore, right? So it was a one-time thing, and you will never be able to actually visit or get it.
In addition to this, Faraway Island was a Japan-only event, meaning there's a little more to it than, "They don't do the event anymore, lol." Namely, nobody outside of Japan got the event.
Altering Cave is a mysterious cave found in Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, and of course, Pokemon Emerald. Now, only Zubat can be found in it, but it would have actually been possible for the altering caves like wild Pokemon to be altered by using mystery gifts at a wonder spot hosted by Nintendo. Hence its name, right, being Altering Cave, being able to alter what's inside of it. Despite this, though, no country has ever held an event to make the use of this feature.
More reading Bulbapedia word for word. Yes, I am not going to shut up about this. It's an incredibly lazy thing to do, and combined with the clickbaity as hell title, really nails home how low effort this video is. If you ever need to define clickbait to someone, just show them this video.
Pokemon Diploma. So to get one of these, you gotta catch 202 Pokemon in the Pokedex.
Alright, so remember when I pointed out that the dude said you needed 200 Pokemon caught to complete the Hoenn Pokedex? Yeah, now he says you need 202. Jirachi and Deoxys are not needed to get the diploma. Event Pokemon, aka mythical Pokemon, are never needed to get a game's diploma.
The Mirage Tower. So yeah, in a previous section, we've actually spoken about Mirage Island, but Mirage Tower is a different thing.
There's a damn hiker right next to the tower that talks about it. How do people not know about this?
The whole tower may be a reference to a tower with the same name which appears in Final Fantasy. Both appear in a desert and only appear under certain circumstances, and contain a spiral-shaped dungeon. Also a fun fact, but a backpacker found in the desert resort in Pokemon Black 2 and Pokemon White 2 actually mentions or references the tower, saying, "The Mirage Tower in the desert of the Hood region has disappeared."
Also, fun fact, the pieces of trivia involving Final Fantasy and Pokemon Black 2, White 2, they're on the Bubblepedia article for Mirage Tower. So if the trivia is what people don't know, A, it's on a popular website, and B, the Final Fantasy one is purely fan speculation, not fact, and the Black 2, White 2 one, if you need to use a specific NPC's line of dialogue for an epic unknown fact for your video, you're starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel there, buddy.
You can get yourself an epic Meowth.
There is absolutely nothing epic about Meowth.
Now, the higher the level of the skitty you give her, the better the Meowth will be.
Also repeating basic in-game trade mechanics as if there's something special about trading a higher leveled Pokemon with this specific trade. You just get a higher leveled Meowth, that's it.
Now, there's actually an extreme way to like soft lock yourself in Pokemon Emerald, which requires a series of specific things to happen that will cause you to get stuck and unable to proceed further. Actually, the YouTuber Pikaspray Yellow did a whole video about this subject, which I highly recommend.
This dude not only used a Pikaspray video that has a 7-digit view count to include in a video titled 99.4% of players don't know this about Pokemon Emerald, but he also managed to pronounce Picaspray's name wrong, despite him saying his name at the end of the video.
My name is Picasspray.
Now, on Route 110, you can find a home unique from any other in the Pokemon games, which is the Trick House.
Oh hey, it's the Trick House. We literally already covered this earlier.
Jirachi. Now, the only way to actually get Jirachi in Pokemon Emerald requires this. You need to get a GameCube and then the pre-order version of Pokemon Colosseum.
First off, you need the Colosseum bonus disc, not Colosseum, so the graphic is wrong. Second, you can only send Jirachi from the Colosseum bonus disc to Ruby and Sapphire, not Emerald. Conveniently left out of the video.
You are able to literally clone Pokemon in Emerald.
I don't know how to say this, but this is literally one of the most known glitches in Emerald. Hell, every Pokemon generation, people race to find out how to clone Pokemon. It's ridiculous how quickly people find these glitches. Also, this footage is so desynced from your commentary that you can't reliably teach someone how to execute this glitch that 99.4% of players don't know about. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but 99.4% of players don't know about this glitch, right? This would sure be a fantastic opportunity to teach them how to perform said glitch.
Naval Rock is an island between 4 and 5 islands in the Sevi Islands, accessible in Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, and of course Pokemon Emerald. Now, the legendary Pokemon Lugia and Ho-Oh actually roost on this island.
Hey, guess what? More Bubblepedia plagiarism.
Talk to the character Scott in the house in the Battle Frontier.
First off, the Ruby Sapphire Battle Tower is shown in the background, despite this being a video about Pokemon Emerald, and we're talking about an Emerald-only area.
And he will give you certain decorations or berries depending on your accomplishments in the Battle Frontier. So here's some of the unlockable things. A Golden Shield, which is a decoration, you gotta win 100 battles. A Lancet Berry, which requires you to obtain all the Silver Frontier symbols. A Silver Shield decoration, which requires you to win 50 battles. And a Starf Berry, obtain all the Gold Frontier symbols.
Second off, the image shown for the Silver Shield not only doesn't have the Silver Shield, but the image has the Psypokes watermark on it. Remember that site? I had almost forgotten about it before now. And finally, there's no Starfberry graphic on screen. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. This isn't the kind of thing I usually upload, so if you liked it, please be sure to like the video. Not only does that let me know that I did a good job with the video, but it also lets YouTube know that this is a good video, and so other people may discover it and like it themselves, so it really helps me out by just clicking that one button after watching the video. As usual, a thank you to my patrons on screen here. They're all super cool people that provide great support, and I'm super thankful for them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.